What it do, what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I am live on Instagram right now. Some of you may be watching this video as it is re-uploaded on YouTube. Okay, the last extended magic moon message I did was coming out of the full moon in Cancer. So I'm gonna do this video as a recap just so we can catch us up to speed. We had that full moon in Cancer that led to the Leo season. So I do want to, just kind of touch base with you guys and recap everything we've done since that full moon in Capricorn, coming into, of course, this full moon in Aquarius. All right. So that being said, y'all, shout out for those of you guys who just joined. I am going to re-upload this publicly on YouTube. So for those of you who want to catch the replay, just go to my YouTube. This will be available as soon as I'm done with this here. I'm gonna upload it for free on YouTube. And let's see. I'm also gonna do another one tomorrow that's going to be basically the recap from this, what's going to happen from this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Virgo. So both of those will be publicly available on my YouTube. If you're already on YouTube, you're probably watching this replay. Shout out to you. All right. So that being said, we've made it, y'all. We're finally in Virgo season. And this Virgo season, it's my 5th house, so I'm biased, but Virgo season has been really one of the best seasons of every year since 2020, because this allows us to take initial beliefs we all make collectively in March, and then we grind and gain receipts that we use for the I Told You So tour in October. Okay, so basically the cycle we started with Saturn in Pisces and the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Well, now Venus is opposite Saturn. Join me tonight. I missed the first 2 weeks, but we're definitely going to get this transit talk at 5. Shout out to you guys that have been waiting. I apologize. I'm definitely going to make it today. Mercury is going to outside its retrograde oppose Saturn. The Sun's going to oppose Saturn. And Mars, after its retrograde in Cancer, will probably oppose Saturn, if not at the end of Pisces, at the beginning of Aries. So this is really gearing us towards real change. There's 4 magics, 4 changes. There's the initial true change, Gemini, the spark of an idea. There's the real change, Virgo, the integrative change. Then there's the harvest breakthrough change, which is Sagittarius of Ascension. And then there's the final perspective, the final change. Oh, it finally happened, Pisces. So we have already activated in Gemini new mindsets. This is what led us to begin integrating the activation of this newly defined, evolved sense of ourselves since 2023. Now we've been feeling since July of this year how much deeper we can harness who we truly are and how we're already applying our mindsets. This activated psychic power, and with a much deeper understanding of your character, square the North Node in Aries, you gained deeper insight around how you are beginning to fulfill this mission. And that's what brings us to Virgo season, where you're going to actually now be very clear in analyzing the detailed understanding and awareness of how specifically we're getting ready to integrate everything. And the way to really think about Cancer, Leo, and Virgo is what we did since April was we activated our set pieces. I'll always use this analogy. When you're producing a beat, when you're painting a picture, even when you're playing with Legos, the first part of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini of this year, we got our pieces. We got the beat stems we need. We got our primary colors, right? And now at this integration phase, we're getting ready to put the colors together. We're taking everything we've activated relative to who we are, Aries, what our value is, Taurus, what we think, Gemini, and now we're integrating and putting it together to how sincerely we feel about what we understand about ourselves, the talents in Leo that we express, putting these facets of our individuality together, and now the mastery of repetition and consistency of practically mastering through practice. Okay, so by this point, you have activated through the new moon in Leo supernatural talents, okay? After the full moon in Capricorn, you understood the utilization of new psychic powers and a new special understanding of how you've evolved and grown from July to August, okay? This harvested not only this control of your feelings and this deeper understanding of using these powers, this, in completing the cycle, set up the activation of the new moon in Leo, where you are on stage. And what we want to see in hindsight is the psychic development that you have accelerated and gone through. Shout out to Arroyo. Shout out to Neighborhood Hope Dealer. Shout out to Wristbosh Wish, Dreaming with Tess, all of y'all, I see you. And what's really key about this is that the nature of how courageous you moved forward with this is getting ready to show you exactly how much you've grown through this Virgo season. This is where the psychic attack you've received since July is substantially so much more manageable. Not like it was not manageable before, but as you've gained strength through Leo, your ability to harness your own energy to deal with it has become so much simpler because you've gained so much more courage, with which we update every year. And that was a very crucial period, because coming into Leo season out of the full moon in Capricorn was where, you guessed it, we had the sun oppose Pluto in Aquarius. So January 19th rather, where were you January 19th? Because January 19th was effectively where and when we, of course, had the sun conjunction to Pluto at 29 degrees Capricorn. This was the final activation of this awakening of collective universal power in relation to you as an individual. Or some of you are gods, or some of you are social supers, right? But regardless of that, we have been activating this faithfully once a year since 2008, especially if you've given birth to children during Pluto in Capricorn. Good luck, especially if you're having Pluto aqua babies. What are you doing? Anyway, other than that, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing this activation once a year since 2008. Yes, we can. Remember, that was the last time Pluto was in 0 degrees in Capricorn and we elected a black president, quote unquote, even though he's mixed. And I don't care about that. I'm just saying. But then, of course, now Pluto is 0 degrees Aquarius, and people are, you know, we might get our first black woman president, even though she's mixed. But I mean, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Skunk. Shout out to my dude Skunk. Is that at this stage of crucial development, once again, January 19th of 2024 was where we activated this Pluto conjunction for the final time. We've done it once a year since 2008. Now, this is the final time. After this year, we're going to have these activations in Aquarius. So the new levels, new devils, we're going to be converting this activation of God power that awakened your body over a decade. Now it's awakening the supernatural energy, the force, like Star Wars says. Because the 3 phases of this, 2008 to 2023, was the first phase of the Hunger Games. The second phase of the Hunger Games is 2024 to 2044. This is going to weed out a major part of the population with mass extinction events. That's the second stage of the Hunger Games. And then the third stage of this, the final stage, is 2044 to 2068. How many of you are going to be alive by then, whether you want to or not? All right, that's the third and final stage. 2008 to 2023 awakened your body. 2024 to 2024 to 2044 is awakening your mind. Pluto Aquarius, the collective connection, and it's reawakening, innovating science and the supernatural. And then 2044 to 2068 is going to awaken your soul, Pluto Pisces. And that's the 3-stage phase of God awakening, that the last time we've had this in the sky brought every revolution known to mankind. And before that, maybe in like the 1300s, brought the split from Protestantism to Catholicism, which impacted everything that we're experiencing now. So we're here. You're alive for some reason, which is a huge deal. That being said, okay, knowing that in January 19th, we had this activation, of Pluto in Capricorn for the very last time. Now, coming into late July, into August, was the very first time in over 248 years that we had the sun oppose Pluto 0 degrees in Aquarius. We had 0 degrees Leo and 0 degrees Pluto Aqua. This began to harvest for the first time over 20 years, because we're going to do this again next year. And 2 years from now, the opposition is going to be at higher degrees. So that's the loading screen towards this progress. So this is the first time we are harvesting supernatural power and energy at this level. Okay. And what this year represents is like going from riding a bike to a motorbike. There's a significant shift in quality that's going to really push forward all the development you've made, which is why the psychic attack you've been experiencing is that much more intense relative to 2022 versus 2024. That's because you're so much more intense. And I will keep stressing, you're not a victim of this, you're a threat. Your ability to now awaken more telepathic ability within your brain's ability to process more frequencies outside of this world is going to, of course, awaken you more to the interconnectivity of everyone's minds, as the universe itself is mental. And of course, before this balances out, it's going to manifest in auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations that may mirror certain diagnoses you will find in the DSM. And yet I am seeing a larger number of psychiatrists and psychologists tell you the DSM is bullshit. Now, that's not to discredit the hard work that's gone into creating this. I'm not licensed in that field. I'm not going to tell you that. But it's interesting that people who are licensed, I've seen say this, not in the sense that it's completely false, but the understanding of it is obsolete relative to our evolution of consciousness. And because in a materialist reductionist society, we do not acknowledge the supernatural, these things are going to be seen as illnesses. These things are going to be seen as bullshit, especially in a field where frauds pretend to have these powers and finesse people of a lot of money. You are part of the generation that's going to innovate this field, create more accreditation for it, create more credence for it. And that's because you are practicing and demonstrating these abilities right now. These abilities don't have to be crazy movie abilities. It could be you wake up early at 6 a.m. without an alarm every day. It could be you've kicked your smoking habit overnight. It could be you feel so much greater about yourself. Maybe you wanted to commit suicide. You don't want to do that anymore. Okay, that is supernatural to me. This is going to help you experience this in the mundane. So with that being said, and I'm going to say that a lot, with that being said, this opposition to the sun and Pluto that has happened in Leo was you on stage performing for the first time the enhancement of these abilities. And now that the sun is 0 degrees Virgo, you are transforming, okay, the quality of this awakening that moving forward over the next 30 days is going to have you understand how to master this physically, like exactly how to perfect this. That being said, oh my God, keep on saying what that being said. So with that in mind, that's my second saying. I want you to comment a fire sign emoji if specifically from July you have felt a deeper expression of phenomena and abilities that can't be explained by science. You thinking something and then seeing it, which can be explained. Everything supernatural can be explained by science. We just haven't developed the vocabulary for it. It's all science. The thing we're calling magic and supernatural, it's all part of science. Science just hasn't gotten there yet. So for those of you commenting a fire emoji where you have actually facilitated these experiences and noticed it, what you're going to notice moving forward is that your ability to perform this more consistently and more at will is what you're harvesting. The entire process since 2020 has been awakening this, but this year since April has now set you on this new 12-year evolution journey. We are currently at chapter 3 of a 12-year book that started the end of 2022. Then 2023 brought in most of chapter 2. Now we're at chapter 3. Chapter 3 is where the story starts, and chapter 4 is where shit gets deep, baby. So I was about to say, with that being said, so in knowing that, this deeper understanding of your powers, who you are, how you feel, because when it came to April, May, and June, you came into an awareness of who you are. You took action to develop and define this. Okay, and 999 Sun, so excited, bro. You have no idea. That's the attitude. You are getting ready to tap in to a power within that no one has to teach you how to use. You don't need a priest or middleman to connect to God. No one can take this from you. This is your own inner treasure. And you're getting ready to express this moving forward in the I Told You So tour, once again, part 2. All right. So this activation of who you are, now from July, you've been feeling who you are. It's one thing to know who you are. It's another thing to feel like it. You took this feeling with you on stage during Leo season, and you were performing your ass off. What's up? What's good? Okay, we just finished that first part of the performance where we expressed our talent. The main performance is Libra season. Leo season has us perform to express our talents. We master those talents, Virgo, and then we present them for real officially during Libra season. Okay, the opposite to Aries. So for those of you that this is resonating towards, this is very important because you've been around the shadow of the collective. The psychic attack that you even experience isn't even really just psychic attack outside of people consciously throwing negativity at you. It's a reflection of your subconscious mind. It's a reflection of the darkness and shadow of your own psyche that's going to pick up vibrations from other people and internalize them or give it a voice or whatnot, which is why I always say you're not a victim of, like, certain people will act like, oh, I'm a victim of this psychic attack. People are attacking me. You're only feeling that because you're a threat. You're so fucking powerful. So unseen forces will now provide psychological tactics in order to dissuade you from doing what you're called to do by feeling less than yourself, by not feeling confident. And this can all exist within your own psyche. All right, because we're all connected energetically and vibrationally at the cellular energetic level. So as you are overcoming this, because you need challenge to grow butterfly wings. If I were to take a butterfly and just kind of take it out, it'll never fly because it needs the struggle of breaking free from the cocoon to grow its wings. Otherwise, its wings will never grow. God says, count it all joy when you go through trials and tribulation, because God does not test those he don't love. He's going to put, of course, the most challenges towards his soldiers, towards people he wants to use. And this is where this Virgo season, shout out to the Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgo. Shout out to the Masters, Virgo Moon, Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising. You are so necessary. This is your dimension. This is Virgo's dimension. We are in an Earth dimension. This is Taurus, Cap, but specifically Virgo. That's why they walk around this bitch like they own this bitch, because they do. So that being said, you feel me? A whole lot of how we personally developed our psychic power, shout out to Let's Be Technical, was a really amazing testament relative to how much you're willing to stand up for yourself and your development in the face of an entire universe and collective that's against you. Now, not everyone is against you, but it's just the archetypal mathematics that no matter who you are, you will always have a 180-degree opposition that's against what you believe, right? Someone who believes that Palestine is being terrorized by Israel is going to have someone who feels opposite from them in Israel. Someone who believes Israel is in the right is going to have someone opposite them from Palestine. Like, this is just the quality of life. Those same people are going to have people who agree in alignment with them. They're going to have 120, 160-degree sextile triangles. Then they're going to have squares, 90 to 270-degree angles of people who believe in them, but they disagree with some stuff, or they don't agree with this, but agree with some stuff. So it's natural to have ops. You don't not want to have ops. Shout out to Young Flo, like, yo, you want to have ops. You just want to have worthy ops. An op is supposed to challenge you. The nature of who you are is determined by how powerful your opposition and enemies are. All right. And this is where eighth house, you draw boundaries so you don't have ops walk all over you and you still maintain your values. Okay. So the opposition to your own frequency and to your own ideas, especially with politics, like many of you who have political ideologies, you know, if we think of it subconsciously, even if you're not conscious of this, you believing in something will emit a frequency. So there's somebody with an opposite frequency to you, and those frequencies are going to clash. Now take a whole collective or society of people. Imagine a whole society of people who believe that your existence is offensive. Maybe they're racist. They don't like your race or color, right? No matter what race you're watching right now. Then you're going to pick up on that collective frequency and your brain is going to make sense of it. And your emotions is, oh, I'm hearing negativity, because you're picking up on that collective frequency. So that doesn't mean that it's being specifically projected to you, even though sometimes it can, versus you in the game. This is a good thing because this negativity has sharpened you. You're not a bitch. So you didn't just sit down and take it. You carved through your courage through this. And that was the most important thing through Cancer season, because it developed the fuel in order for you to express it during Leo season, which is what brought out of the full moon in Capricorn the new moon in Leo. So in between the full moon in Capricorn to the new moon in Leo, you have harvested and completed the potency of your own psyche, the power of your mind. In June, you activated new mindsets and you began to feel how the application of these mindsets work for you. That's what was so cool about July, because all of June, you were like, I'm limitless. I'm limitless. I get everything I want. I get everything I want. There's nothing I want I can't have. And then July came through and you started to feel that. You started to, oh, wow, I really do get everything I want. Wow, I really am limitless. And this is what we're going to continue to perfect coming in through Virgo. A great affirmation for Virgo season is, once again, everything in my life is perfect. Everything I do is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything I do is perfect. You run that this whole Virgo season, you'll see results by the full moon. Okay, in Pisces. So you felt that in Cancer season. And then what happened as we were coming out of the quarter square and into the new moon in Leo? This enabled you to transcend how you used to think and feel, because you've replaced that with a new mindset and emotions and fuel that carry that. And then boom, we stepped into the new moon in Leo, baby. We activated this performance. The new moon in Leo in between the full moon in Capricorn brought the opposition to the sun and Pluto. And this is where you just started to harvest supernatural talents. And this is where I want you to comment another fire sign emoji if coming in from late July and August, you notice that greater intensity and quality of how well you're able to perform your abilities. This doesn't even have to be I'm calling them supernatural talents, but it doesn't have it doesn't have to be, someone told me sidereal charts are better. I'm sorry, that person lied to you. Sidereal is not better or worse than tropical. It's just, if you're smart, you'll read with tropical. And if you're not that smart, you'll sidereal to do anything outside of an age. Sidereal is good if you want to see the age of a people. But other than that, for those of you commenting fire sign emojis, that 180-degree opposition with Pluto and Aquarius and the sun in Leo was what began to harvest everything you've done since January 19th, 2023. I need you to clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Give yourself a round of applause. Clap for yourself. They were hating on you. They tried to kill you, and you said, you cannot kill me, bitch. You cannot kill me, you mother sucker. You cannot. Clap for yourself. And that's very important, because now the courage with which you express this in the face of an entire collective that tried to play peer pressure games and almost have you feel ashamed of yourself. The whole lesson of Leo season is courage, to stand up on stage with a Pluto Aquarius audience that's trying to throw stuff at you, and you didn't run away. Survival of the infinite. You stuck true to your performance. And now in expressing the integration of this character, you activated more strength. All right, shout out to Chad the Maverick. All right, we see you, bro. You out here. So this is where everything that constitutes a skill, I want you to notice you can do it so much better. And this is just the natural development. It's not anything it's not like the planets made you do it. This is just tracking how, stuff that you struggled with doing last year, it's as easy as breathing now because of the exponential learning curve with which you have evolved through, so that what was consciously competent is now becoming unconsciously competent. So that's why that new moon in Leo was very significant. This led, of course, to the Mercury retrograde out of Virgo that enabled you to analyze very magically how specifically you are integrated. Shout out to Sophia44. And why, personally, this definition of your character in alignment with the integrity of your beliefs is getting ready to make everything that you wished for in March real. And that's the most important part about Virgo season. We have January 19th, which was the Sun-Pluto conjunction at 29 Cap at the beginning of the year. And then we had March of 2024, which was the Sun-Saturn conjunction. The Sun-Saturn conjunction in Pisces, we're going to have the oppositions in Virgo. Everything, the totality of everything you activated, believed, this was God's promise to you going on Noah's Ark. Everything you believed you can accomplish, you're going to actually now analyze how to turn that belief into a habit. And in between the belief and the habit was June, your mindset. So we did the belief, we did the mindset. Now we're going to do the habit. And in Sagittarius, we're going to see the meaning of everything we did. We're going to do it again. Except next year is the New World Order, baby. Yes, January 19th, 2024, not 2023. Thank you, Francesca. So January 19th, 2024, we activated the Sun-Pluto. And then March of 2024, we activated Sun-Saturn. We're harvesting the Sun-Pluto right now. And coming in through September, we're going to harvest the Sun-Saturn Pisces. Okay? Everything you wished for and believed in March, you developed a mindset for in June, and that's becoming a habit. Okay, so March, what's the analogy we're using? Track and field. March, you believed, I believe I could be a track star. And then June, by Taurus, you already got like the cleats and the sneakers. June, you started to develop, you know what? I'm going to be a triple jumper. I'm a very good jumper. Shout out to Akash. All right, I'm going to be a really good jumper. You believed in March, I can be a track star. By Taurus season, you started buying track paraphernalia. Gemini, you now started to apply this mindset. I'm the best triple jumper ever. And now Virgo season, once again, shout out to the fucking Virgos, the realist in this bitch. Now this is you at the gym practicing your triple jump. All right, you're a long shot away from March where you believed that you could be a track star. And the North Node in Aries was you on the track realizing I am a track star. I'm going to do this. Now in Virgo season, you're getting ready for the state meet in Libra season. Libra season is going to be your first official track meet. And Virgo is going to be you practicing that 200 meter over and over, practicing that triple jump over and over. Okay, and this is where coming out of the new moon to full moon in Leo, you activated these new supernatural talents. All right, I love how I said that as Supernatural Sisters commented. That's a really good synchronicity. You now, of course, because now there's who you are in Aries versus performing this on stage. The rest of July and the middle of August allowed you to take ideas about yourself and actually real time express it socially to people. And this showed you how much stronger you are. And that's, of course, what led to this full moon in Aquarius, where through this harvest, you're understanding the knowledge of these talents you've recently activated and are harvesting. You're harnessing so much more energy. For those of you who are waking up stronger, a lot of these energies are quantum. We can't see them consciously. So Virgo is going to make this practical so that we can actually analyze how this is all happening. And that's what brings us to the next stage of Pluto Aquarius harvest that's going to go back into Capricorn for a couple months, 0 degrees Virgo to 0 degrees Aquarius. So the 0 degree Leo Aqua opposition was like you just realizing that you have super speed, or you have a supernatural quality to the way you do things. Now the Sun Virgo Pluto Aqua is you're becoming aware of how specifically you do this. You're transforming the quality of energy around your analytical awareness and understanding of how to consistently repeat this. Because once we come into the final trine and harvest, this will be you fully presenting this in Libra. And now you have to balance exactly how you're doing this to perfect this and to see the meaning of what it is you've awakened. So for those of you who are excited, you have every right to be excited. You're seeing the pathway into how you can change your life and accomplish your dreams, and just take your time with it. All right. Don't even set an alarm anymore. I feel you on that. For some of you, you're getting initiated in special alchemy and magic, and it's deviating away from the traditional way things have been done. And that's very important because it's definitely going to really shift the way you appeal to authority by coming from a more internal locus of control than just being influenced by what everyone outside of you thinks and says, which I mean is good to gain insight from, but not to really rule your own decisions. And outside of that, okay, can we do a ritual around this? That's what the full moon and new moon ceremonies are for. I totally got you. So yeah, I haven't been needing an alarm, been waking up right on time. Yep, that's how you know you are on your path. All right. So, definitely take stock of the development you've gone through. Once again, Cancer season really helped you understand what you're getting ready to integrate. Leo season had you now present and express these talents around what you've newly activated this year. And now this Virgo season is going to put it all together. Everything that we've done since March, over the next 30 days is going to bring all together. And that's why I'm predicting everything that has to change is going to change in a short 30, 60 days coming into this eclipse. You could look at everything since now as the setup. And so shit's going down. And I mean, if you have Virgo planets, you feel what I'm saying. Anyone of you with Virgo sun, moon, rising, you know what I'm talking about. You've been seeing this in society. Virgos know how to catch the details and analyze them beforehand. Sagittarius, you done seen it. You're like Shane Gillis. You see the future. So with that being said, yeah, definitely get ready to just be Kobe shooting in the gym and seeing who was there shooting with you or not. And this is going to just bring so much more consistency to new talents, ideas that may have been a little bit, hit and miss, where moving forward, you're hitting. Okay, so keep your mind focused on if you could have an ability, what is that ability? What abilities have you been shown to express? They're going to exponentially show themselves so much more. And so when we meet tomorrow again, all right, this is the first of a 2-part series. This extended Magic Moon message is free. I'm going to put this in the subscription for IG, but if you want to catch this replay, I'm re-uploading it on YouTube where you can watch it for free. The one that I do tomorrow is also going to be uploaded on YouTube for free. This one, I wanted to recap Cancer and Leo season. Tomorrow, we're going to now go into what Virgo season really promises, because Virgo has everything to do with creating a behavioral pattern around our beliefs. All right. So with that being said, stay true to what has been revealed to you, even if it doesn't make sense to other people. It's about aligning with the integrity of your beliefs and making sure that if you're outside of that integrity, you just realign with it. And if something about your beliefs has to change to maintain integrity, you're totally, hooking yourself up by taking care of it now versus later. I'm going to do the transit talk about Venus today. I missed it the past couple of weeks, but we're definitely going to be on YouTube today at 5 p.m. PST if you want to understand Venus and Virgo, 9 of Pentacles, and how it's going to make you richer than you've ever been. All right? Should you at least, align with it. And not the planet, but your own discipline. That being said, you guys stay blessed as always. And until next time.